Winston Cheng, CFO of Lenovo, joins us from New York City. And Winston, it's great to have you on the program.
Thank you,
Ed.
Thank
you very much for the time. You know, everyone knows Lenovo, leading PC maker in the world. But I think to start, I wondered if we could just go a bit deeper into what AI-related revenues actually look like for Lenovo, define them, and then we can extrapolate out on what the story is here.
Yeah, we're certainly very well known for our PC, given our dominance in the space for many, many years. But we are actually more than a PC maker. We have the most complete portfolio in terms of devices, from PCs to tablets to smartphone. It's the most complete portfolio at scale on a global basis, on a non-iOS basis. And that serves as the foundation for AI devices going forward in terms of our product portfolio set. We have our hybrid strategy, enables us to have from the pocket to the cloud. And you're seeing that gain in terms of our infrastructure business in the latest quarter, in terms of that compute capability that is now being used for infrastructure from AI training to AI inferencing.
The US listed shares, or ADRs, also massive performance today. You know, I appreciate, Winston, you're the CFO. Maybe you don't keep a constant eye on the share price, but the biggest jump since 2008, it has to tell you something. Do you attribute that to the appreciation maybe that you're getting for the infrastructure business? What do you think the market is maybe seeing now that it hasn't before?
Yeah, so certainly we're not defined by one quarter. We're in for the long haul, and the AI spend and opportunity is also for decades to come. But we're defining this as the AI decade for Lenovo, and I think we're in the first year of that journey, and you can see the result of that focus. In terms of our capabilities, we've actually been investing in this for over 10 years. Our ability to be able to produce at scale on a global basis for both on the device side and also on the infrastructure side is unique to Lenovo. We can serve hyperscalers and also enterprises on that basis as well. And our portfolio set with the IBM heritage that when we made the acquisition in 2015 gives us a solid foundation to be able to serve the AI compute capabilities today, given the high performance compute genetics that we have with our industry liquid cooling technology as well.
On Monday, Winston, I was with Jensen Huang in Las Vegas. Of course, Vera Rubin coming later this year. That matters to you. And we were speaking with one of your peers, Michael Dell. And I was trying to understand from them the story for the PC in a world where we are shifting to inference, but also agentic AI. Can you give me any evidence or data that the more commonplace use of AI agents actually drives enterprise, knowledge worker acquisition of PCs, new PCs at scale?
Yeah, we certainly see our AI PC demand being very strong, and it's been increasing in terms of our portfolio. Our AI revenues today is about 38% of our total revenues in the last quarter, and the PC is also, AI PC is also a very big component of that. Today, as AI training develops and more AI capabilities are being enhanced, more people will use and need to consume and interact with the agents through their devices. And I think the upgrade for better and more higher performance devices will be a necessary part of that journey. You see that with the likes of the OpenAI and others having partnerships with either from a staffing perspective or a strategic perspective with device makers. And we're also seeing that in terms of dialogues that we're having with AI companies and their desire to work with us from a go-to-market perspective as well.
Winston, what is the truth of what's happening with memory? How severe is that as a bottleneck?
Well, certainly this incredible spend and development of AI in terms of the AI infrastructure is really driving the component shortages, not only in memory, but you're also hearing it in terms of CPU and of course, GPU demand as well. I think that would be multi-year opportunity in terms of that demand, but at the same time, the industry needs to catch up in terms of that supply chain to satisfy that demand. But I think for now, that's causing the supply and demand imbalance is causing the memory prices to go up. But on the AI infrastructure side, we're able to pass through that demand because that's where the strong demand is in terms of the pricing for pass through. But on the device side, I think the lower end, you're starting to see in terms of the first quarter IDC numbers that those that cannot get supply, I think have seen their market shares decline.
So Winston, what you just outlined, and bear with me on this one, how much are you negotiating with yourself? You have different business lines. They both need common components, high bandwidth memory. You know that on the infrastructure side, the server side, that's where the demand is. So do you have to have a word with yourself and say, well, what about my PC business? Do you have to make a choice of where you prioritize?
That's a great question in terms of, but I think what the suppliers appreciate with us is that we have that global portfolio. We have the most complete portfolio from PC to tablet to smartphone, and I think that gives them the forecast necessary as our long-term partners. We also have that demand forecast from the server side as well of our business. So from that perspective, we are strategic partners for suppliers as well in terms of that accuracy of that forecast. We need to supply in terms of satisfying our long-term Lenovo friends in terms of the ThinkPad, which is so well loved in the market. And I think we need to make sure that there's enough supply going to that demand as well.